I'm Jenny Eagle, reporter for Leah, and I'm here with Courtney Franklin, who is the Managing Director of Franklin Lawson Associates. Courtney, what do you do in relation to health and safety and quality and environmental best practices?
Well, I am a chartered safety and health professional and a chartered quality professional, and I work predominantly with organisations within the construction sector, as well as civil engineering, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, mechanical, electrical, and many more, including manufacturing, automotive sector. I specialise really in implementing management systems and standards for organisations looking to implement international standards such as ISO 9001 for quality management, ISO 14001 for environmental management, and ISO 45001 for occupational health and safety management. A few other standards on top of that they're the core standards generally. It would also include information security and energy standards as well. I also just provide competent health and safety advice for clients on a kind of a retainer type basis, or just clients looking for ad hoc advice. And I would act for some organisations as their competent person, or one of their competent persons, being a requirement of the management regulations.
How did you hear about Global Lifting Awareness Day?
It was through social media, Jenny, through LinkedIn. I come across a few posts on there, and around the same time, BSI were delivering a presentation around BS 7121 being the code of practice for safe use of cranes. So I quickly saw the relevance really between GLAD and those organisations to whom I provide advice.
When were you first aware of lifting equipment, and how do your clients use that?
I was first aware of lifting equipment back in the early 1990s, it would be, Jenny, when I was working for SGB Youngman, who were later acquired by Harsco International. And at the time, whilst they were a manufacturing organisation and manufactured light access equipment for working at height, they acquired a powered access division, and within that division there were things like cranes, many different types of cranes, scissor lifts, mobile elevated work platforms. There would have been genie lifts, eco lifts, which probably at the time were called pop-up towers or power towers. And there was a manufacturing arm as well, of course, to the business. So within the factory environment, they would be using lots of different types of lifting equipment, gantry cranes, genie lifts, and just other general lifting devices used to design out manual handling, to avoid musculoskeletal injuries. So pump trucks, pallet trucks, genie lifts, bottle jacks, and many more. The relevance in terms of how my clients use it, that would be in regards to, predominantly my clients, again, are in construction, HVAC and the mechanical electrical sector. So quite a common activity would be a contract lift within commercial settings in and around London generally, which is where I work, or that could be within hotels. It could also include hoists, things like scaffold hoists, in order to break equipment down into smaller, more manageable pieces to get them to and from buildings in scaffold hoists.
And with the trade associations that you work with, do they reference lifting equipment?
They do, yes, not necessarily on their websites, but the professional bodies that I'm involved with and subscribe to would reference them in the newsletters that go out quite often, news articles, and each member would receive a monthly magazine through the post. And it's probably within the magazine more than anything else, lifting operations would be referred to, but more than likely where things have gone wrong. So looking at some root causes, human factors, and any particular lessons learned, which then its members could then feed back to clients if they were a consultant like myself.
And because of that, do you think the trade body association should reference more lifting equipment?
I think they should, Jenny. Yeah, for sure. I think more emphasis really could be placed on importance of lifting operations, really to ensure safety and to enhance safety protocols, really. So I think there's a genuine opportunity here, really.
Have you heard about lifting applications going wrong? And is this a cause of human error?
Lifting errors often result in human error, actually, such as the improper use of the equipment in the first place. It could be insufficient training of individuals using that equipment, and there can be other human factors such as violations whereby there are just flagrant breaches of the rules that are in place that are disregarded at that time. Also, things I come across, organisations skipping inspections or overlooking thorough examinations, not checking the paperwork correctly, and also things like ignoring load controls that are in place. They can also lead to quite serious accidents.
How important is it to promote high quality lifting products, inspection and training around lifting?
Critical. Using certified and well-maintained equipment is going to minimise any risk of failure. Regular inspection regimes are going to help avoid any potential issues that might arise. Comprehensive training for all the operators using the equipment to ensure that they use it safely and efficiently, really.
How do you think we can raise the profile of GLAD, and what will you be doing to promote the event today?
Well, I think we can, and I've seen you have been using social media. We could be looking at arranging local events, particularly with industry associations and professional bodies such as the ones we referred to earlier on, IOSH and the IIRSM, and raise awareness with its members through their monthly meetings that they have. I do think that would be a really good opportunity, and that's something I can assist in as well. In terms of what will I be doing on the day, well, I'll actually be out on a site supporting a client doing an audit on that day, but I would imagine that there's going to be some kind of lifting operation going on. There usually is. So I shall probably, in the spirit of everything that's going on that day, throw in a quick toolbox talk or safety briefing on some lifting operations with everybody on site.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, and happy GLAD.
Thanks, Jenny.